Welcome everyone, and thank you again for joining me. You've taken time out of your day to learn how to create an API in PHP. So I hope you find this very useful as we go through the design today. Let us create our API mind map. So over here we have our API, and our API is going to look at user information. So let's call this profile information, and we are also going to have a news feed for our API. And for our profile information, some of the functions that we want to be able to do is log in. We want to also register. On our news feed, we want to create new posts. We want to update them. We want the ability to delete them. And we also want to just have the ability to read all of the news feeds. Okay. When we look at the profile and the ability to log in, we need to send some pieces of information. So here we may say, okay, we want to send user password information. When we register, again, we want to send user password, email, and also perhaps name information. So all of this content we want to send, and then we also want the ability to get the information back. So what that needs to do over here, we need to create some sort of authentication process. Over here, for our email in particular, we also need to create some sort of check to see, okay, has our email been used? Because we do not want to create any duplicates. For our newsfeed, we need some sort of authentication here to validate the user is a valid user. So it's important to have some sort of authentication here. So in all of these processes, once a user is logged in, as a return, we could deliver a token back to the user. And that user is then using the token to create information, also to update information and to delete information. The user would need to be logged in to perhaps read certain information as well. Okay, so this just gives a rough idea of what I want in my API. So here we see there's two different parts, and as we go through it, you'll see what these profile and news feeds mean when we actually start coding. Okay guys, so this is just a rough idea of what we will be creating. In the next tutorial, we'll go through the installation of our API. If there's any queries, any questions that people have, please post them down below. Hope you enjoyed this series and talk to you again soon.